course Mary died.
No, she didn't. She's the mother of God.
Yes, but she's still a human being.
She died in Ephesus.
No, she died in Jerusalem.
Deacon, help us.
Relax. This topic is way over my reach, but I have someone who can help. Sayyidina, please come on in. We have some questions for you. We need your answers.
Okay. Before I can address your very good questions, I have to lay some groundwork for us to really think deeply about this matter. First, the importance of our bodies. Our bodies are a gift from God. We're not just a body, we're body and soul. And so for us to understand the assumption of Mary into heaven, body and soul, let's talk about that, body and soul. Mary, unlike the rest of us, and very much like Christ himself, lived her entire life pure, without sin. Can you imagine leading your whole life without doing anything against God's law, God's command? She lived such a pure life that the whole church, East and West, has called her immaculate. Mary sinless for her entire life.
So did Mary die or no?
The church has always taught that Mary tasted death. What does that mean? Did she really die? Was she corrupted like the rest of us? Or did she receive a special grace from Christ because she was in union with him her entire life? It was her yes that brought him into this world. It was her yes that at the foot of the cross accepted even that suffering. And it was her yes that allowed him to give a full yes to the Father's will. Jesus tasted death, not only tasted death, but he truly died. And he truly rose with his own power and with the power of God.
Sayyidina, what about Mary?
Mary, we believe, was assumed into heaven, not ascended like Jesus was, assumed into heaven. In other words, it was not her power, it was God's power, or her beloved Son's power, that assumed her body and soul into heaven. Third issue is union with Christ. That's very, very important for us to understand. Union with Christ means, it meant for Mary, from the beginning when she conceived him in her womb to the last moment of his last breath, she was one with him. And that unity is a way of sharing not only in his death, but in his resurrection. So we know that Christ destroyed the power of sin and death. That means something. That's why the church does not define clearly whether or not Mary truly died. It just says in the beautiful passage from Pius XII on declaring Mary assumed into heaven, body and soul, it says at the end of her earthly life. It doesn't say when she died. Why? Because death now, and in the East we call it Dormition, Mary fell asleep in the Lord. In the West we call it Assumption, because Mary was assumed body and soul into heaven. And both of the realities are words that attempt to understand the amazing reality now with Christ. And so that's why the church does not decree exactly how Mary died, although the early church, especially the Syriac church, the Maronite church, talks about Mary's death, her funeral, her burial, and then her assumption into heaven, body and soul, the mystery of that. And so this is a whole new reality that we really have to take deep within ourselves so that we can understand with Christ the power that death had over us, the power that sin had over us has been destroyed. And Mary is the first to enjoy that victory over sin and death.
But Bishop, were her last days in Ephesus or Jerusalem?
Most of the tradition says that it was in Jerusalem, the early church. But the question of Ephesus comes because a mystic a few centuries ago envisioned a house in a certain area of Turkey that we found to be Ephesus. And she believed that Mary lived in that house, perhaps with John. Tradition is pretty strong that Mary lived in that house. Whether she died there or she made her way back to Jerusalem and died there, still we don't know for sure. But the reality is that we don't know everything.
How would you describe Mary's passing from this world to the next?
From the Maronite tradition, a very profound and beautiful mystical tradition. Somehow all the angels and saints came around her before she passed. And somehow all the disciples, as the hymn says, John came from Ephesus, Peter came from Rome, Thomas came from India, and they were there at her passing. And some of the beautiful art, the oldest art of Mary's passing from this world to the next, her Dormition, as we say, or her Assumption, is that all of the disciples are there, and Christ takes Mary, body and soul, to his Father. And that's what we can tell you about the beauty of Mary and the beauty of our life in Christ and in Mary.
Think Maronite!